Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video in my new office. Today we are going over all of the books that I read in the month of May. May was a pretty slow reading month for me. When I was about halfway through the month of May, I only had, I think, 2 or 3 books finished. I did end the month with completing 8 books, and I think I did not do very well on my TBR. I think I had 2 that I had finished and 2 that I had started, and then I had 2 that I did not get to at all, and you can see those up here. I did not get to Women of Light at all, and I did not get to The True Love Bookshop at all. I had started State of Terror and I had started Loath to Love You. State of Terror I did finish in June when I'm filming this, and Loath to Love You is somewhere in my house. I'm not quite sure where it ended up in the move. I need to locate that book because it does not belong to me. There's a couple places that it could be, I just don't have it on hand in my office. So let's go over the books that I read in the month of May. I read 3 physical books, 2 ebooks, and 3 audiobooks. So for a total of 8 books. So the 3 audiobooks that I got through in the month of May, the first one was Outlander. That one was, I think, like 33 hours long for an audiobook. So as you can tell, that one, or as you can surmise, that one took me a long time to finish, which is why I didn't get to as many audiobooks in May. That one really went down to the wire for when it was due. I had to listen to it a lot. And then the second book, audiobook that I finished, and I will pop some pictures up here, the audiobooks and ebooks, and any books I don't have physical copies of. I'll put a picture up here so you can see the cover of the book. The second audiobook that I finished was Sunflower Sisters. That was the 3rd and final book in a trio of books about the same family. So I finished out a series as well with that audiobook, which was very exciting. And then another series that I continued in audiobook format was the Mortal Engine series, and I finished the 3rd book, Infernal Devices, I think on May 31st, so right in the nick of time. So those were the 3 audiobooks that I listened to. Now the 2 ebooks that I read were The Mistake, which is the 2nd book in the Off-Campus series, and then in the month of May, the 2nd book in the Briar U, I think that's the series. It's following the kids of the people in the original series came out, or at least one of them. It's like a new generation of kids. The Dixon Rule came out, and I ended up reading that one. That book I absolutely loved. I was going into it thinking, oh, this will be a nice fun romance book. There's usually a little bit of serious topics in it. However, the end of that book was so impactful and hit me really hard, so I highly recommend it. It was so great, and not just a light fluffy romance, but there was quite a bit of depth to it, and it did tackle some pretty serious topics, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Outlander I really enjoyed. I'm gonna continue that series, definitely as audiobooks. And so those were the 2 ebooks that I read. Now on to the 3 physical books, and I do have all of those. One of them was the Bridgerton's Happily Ever After. This is all of the second epilogues and the novella about the mom. I wanted to read this before the new season of Bridgerton came out, and so I finished it before then. I absolutely enjoyed it. Loved getting back into that world, and it really got me ready for the show to come back out, and I just thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a fun read. Another physical book this is one that I started in April and it took me quite a long time to read. I just was not connecting with the characters very much anymore, and I just didn't quite enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed book 2 in this series. But this is Finale, the 3rd book in the Caraval series, and yeah, it just took me a really long time to read, but I am glad I am done. I have finished out that series other than the novella that I believe is coming out this year. And the final book that I read in May was Paper Towns. I read this book a long time ago when I was probably in high school. I thoroughly enjoyed it then, enjoyed it again. It's such a fast read, it's entertaining, and I loved the connections I was able to make between this book and a book that I had read recently, I think in March, I can't remember, The Cartographers. I really enjoyed that book as well, and so there was like some overlap in this because they're both kind of deal a little bit with maps and cartography and all of that. So that is all of the books that I read in May. I am so excited. June is hopefully a slower month for me, so I'm hoping to tackle my whole TBR. One of these months I will get through an entire TBR. We'll see if June is that month. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.